Good evening, everybody. It is Steve Lookner here on AFTV2. We are also on the Agenda Free TV channels on Facebook and Twitch and Periscope. And we are here to bring you a live update on the situation with these two tropical systems. One now a tropical depression, strengthening to a tropical depression tonight, which pose a possible tropical storm and hurricane threat to the U.S. in the coming days. So we want to bring you updated on that. And if you're watching on Periscope or Facebook or Twitch, you might be a little confused. AFTV2 is a new channel that's being developed, but it's pretty in an advanced stage of development, and it'll be formally introduced soon. But it is basically a second YouTube channel to allow us to do some more news coverage. But I think what I'm going to do is for Twitch and Facebook and Periscope, I'm not going to create a second channel. What I intend to do is just to I'm getting probably always, but we'll see, but certainly with a bunch of the AFTV2 content, because it's similar news content to Agenda Free TV, to go out to those platforms just as usual. So it's as if we're just doing more news streams on those platforms. But it's going to be a second YouTube channel. So we're going to do like a stream where I explain all that. Maybe we'll even do it tomorrow, just depending on what the news is. But we did a test stream last night. I guess you could think of this as maybe like a second test stream before we do a formal introduction. So let's get to it. And maybe what I'll do is after we do a few AFTV2 streams, I might take a little poll of people on Facebook and Twitch and Periscope. If they're all like, no, we don't want the AFTV2 content, then I don't have to send it out there. But I just figured people on those sites would just want more streams without having a second site. All right, so let's talk about this. Thanks to all the moderators in our different platforms for being there. And during this stream, I certainly will be taking your comments and questions, live interactive coverage, just like we do at Agenda Free TV. And in case you're just confused and have no idea what's going on, let me just really basically summarize what the channel is. We're going to do a more formal intro of it. But the basic idea of the channel is that often there are stories that come up that I think, wow, that might be a neat story to cover, but it doesn't really feel like an Agenda-Free TV story. Agenda-Free TV, we tend to cover the biggest breaking news stories, and that's really what people subscribe for. So, I don't want to overload people with lots of different stories, and especially, maybe some of the smaller or lesser well-known stories. So, but I thought it might just be fun to cover them. And maybe some people would want to watch the coverage. So that's why I'm creating this second channel, AFTV2. So a story like this, we'd probably wait until we have an actual hurricane to cover the hurricane stuff, or at least something very close to a hurricane. But I think this weather threat is quite interesting. So now we can cover it on YouTube on AFTV2. That's the idea. All right. All that being said, I see people in Periscope. Cool. And let me just get the other chats opened up here before we begin. We'll do that so I can see those. Make sure everything's working. Okay, I see Twitch. Eliza's moderating there. Thank you. Cool. And I see Facebook. Things seem to be going fine there. Cool. Very well. Oh, thank you, Suzanne MP, for the stars. I appreciate that, Suzanne MP. Suzanne says she likes the idea. Anyways, after we do some of after we do a couple of streams, I'll ask people on the different platforms, and I'll say, "Are you okay? Is that okay if I go out to the Facebook platform with the AFTV2 stuff too?" So you'll have a chance to give your feedback on that. All right. So what happened tonight? Actually, it only happened about an hour ago. Is a new tropical depression formed in the Atlantic Ocean. It is so that means that they're now going to give updates for it and guidance for it, and like a tracking a track with a cone of uncertainty at the National Hurricane Center. Tropical depression forms over the central tropical Atlantic. So there are these two systems. There's actually three systems that the National Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on. This one here, and this one here. Now, this one here has actually become a tropical depression. So a tropical depression is the first step of three steps on becoming a hurricane. There's tropical depression, tropical storm, and hurricane. Those are three types of tropical cyclones. And whether a tropical cyclone is a tropical depression, a tropical storm, or a hurricane just depends on the wind speed. From 0 to 38 wind speed is a tropical depression, 39 to 73 is a tropical storm, and 74 is a hurricane. So this system, when the wind reaches the wind is currently, you can see it says 20 miles. No, they don't have the wind, do they? The wind is, max sustained winds is actually 35 miles an hour. This is quite close to being a tropical storm because once the winds hit, I think, 39, it's a tropical storm. You can actually see there it says 35 miles an hour max sustained winds. So when we were on the air last night, we talked about these two systems and how they could pose a threat to the U.S. and how they might strengthen, and they're supposed to strengthen. Well, this one has now strengthened, gotten better organized. There's now a tropical depression. My guess is that soon it'll be a tropical storm because it already has 35 mile an hour max sustained winds. This system here, which is called Invest 97L, that one is it has a 70% chance of becoming a cyclone, which would be a tropical depression, a tropical storm, or a hurricane. It'll start as a tropical depression. 70% chance of becoming a tropical depression in the next 48 hours. That one there. And then this one back here, which has a 10% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone in the next 48 hours and a 40% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone in the next 5 days. And that could end up making its way across the ocean and impacting the U.S. after a certain number of days. But that's way out there off the coast in the area of Africa. Okay, so I want to start by talking about this tropical depression right here, Tropical Depression 13. And what happens is when a system becomes a tropical depression, that's when the National Hurricane Center starts doing all this coverage of it. So see, look what we have. We didn't have this last night. We had none of this stuff. We got our forecast cone, our forecast discussion. So we're going to look at some of the predictions for both of these systems and see what the predictions are for them, at least right now. Tropical depression forms over the central tropical Atlantic. Tropical storm watches issued for Saba and St. Eustatius. And when this becomes a tropical storm, it'll be named. What is the next name? What is next tropical storm name? Let's see here. Is this going to say what it is? Orlando Sentinel? Let's see. Someone knows this. Tropical Storm Laura. It could grow into Tropical Storm Laura, the 12th named storm of the 2020 hurricane season, on Thursday. So later today. This is from the Orlando Sentinel. Okay. Laura. Yes, Ron Stahlkopf says Laura. All right, so let's look at the cone. Here is your current forecast cone for Tropical Depression 13. Now, it's interesting. The first thing to note is the current forecast is for this to be strengthened to a tropical storm, not a hurricane. Not to mean that doesn't say it couldn't be a hurricane, but the current forecast has it strengthening to a tropical storm by tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Thursday, tropical storm, and then staying a tropical storm all the way until 8 p.m. Monday when it's there. Now this cone is going to change. I would be shocked if this is exactly what happens. The intensity forecast may change. We've definitely seen that before with storms. I'm sure the intensity forecast will change some, but that is your current cone. And last night when we were looking at the forecast models for this system, They kind of had it going around here. It looks like since yesterday, there's been a slight shift in the modeling from the eastern coast of. Oops, that's way too big. That's way too big. From the eastern coast of Florida to the western coast of Florida. There's been a little bit of a shift to the southwest in the cone in the last day. But certainly this bears watching. With that kind of track, it bears watching. And there could end up being two storms at once in the Gulf of Mexico, because there's a chance that Invest 97L, which is, where is it here? Let's get, well, where is the, I have to do this. I have to go back here, oh, I know what I did. I got to go back here, and I got to get this open. So we're looking at this one right now, which is forecast to, make its way towards Florida. This could also end up as a tropical storm or hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. You could, in theory, have two storms in the Gulf of Mexico at the same time. So that's at least for now. The forecast track. I'm going to show you what the current, some predictions about how strong it'll get. And we'll also read, I want to actually read their forecast discussion from the NHC. But you can see it says Advisory 1. So this just became a tropical depression, first advisory. Max sustained wind is 35. Once it hits 39, it's a tropical storm. S 39 to 73. Once it hits 74, it's a hurricane, if it hits 74. And it's moving at 20 miles an hour. Okay. Misha says Florida is getting some of this for sure. Clear gray sky thinks it's going to hit the panhandle. Camille says it only takes a little bobble and this thing misses Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic or slams into them again. Been there, done that. C. Gilbert says the next three names are Laura, Marco, and Nana. It looks like we're going to have two named storms at the same time heading for the U.S., or at least possibly heading for the U.S., because this has a 90% chance. This has a 70% chance of becoming a tropical. Well, actually, of becoming a tropical depression. It's not named then, but there's a lot of models that predict this will eventually become a tropical storm, in which case it'll be named. There's a 70% chance of becoming a tropical depression in the next 48 hours and an 80% chance in the next 5 days. Lynn Downey says, crazy weather. Okay, so we'll look at what the National Hurricane Center says about the forecast for this thing. Clarlam says this tis the season. Let's Talk Oil says it's going to be a Cat 3 or 4. I'm already preparing to evacuate. Ghosty Lee found it on YouTube. Oh, by the way, so this channel is so new on YouTube. The AFTV2 is so new that you can find the channel on YouTube, but if you search for the name of this broadcast, I'm guessing it doesn't come up. Usually it takes a little while for channels for all the search functionality to start working. We don't even have a community tab on this channel yet on YouTube. So yeah, it's I'll be posting when we go live on this channel. I'll probably post at least until the search function starts working on the Agenda Free TV Twitter account. And you can subscribe, and also if you subscribe on YouTube, make sure you click the notifications bell and choose all notifications. Oh, and also I think it's going to be set up that the Discord sends out notifications for this channel as well. I don't know if that's been set up yet. I'll have to ask about that. I don't know if this channel has been set up. Did people get a notification from Discord for this broadcast? I don't even know if that's been set up. We'll see what people say. Oops. I'm waiting a second to see what people say in the chat room. There's a little bit of a delay, so I say something and then I have to wait and see what you guys say. Astro Josh says, I clicked the bell and got a notification on mobile. So a bunch of people said they got notifications. I think they mean YouTube notifications. The question is there a Discord notification set up for this? Because we got to set that up. Curly Q says, no Discord notifications. Okay. Let's see. Mark says, mods didn't get notified. Okay, so after this stream, what I need to do is message a couple folks about getting this set up on the Discord. Can someone see? It probably won't work. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Let me try something here. Let me try this. Okay. Oh, a notification on Discord last night through the Lookner. I think maybe I have to send it out through the Lookner channel Twitter. I did it through the Agenda Free TV Twitter tonight. Oh, let me just do that. So let me just do that really quick. I can send out a tweet from Lookner channel, I think, and that should hopefully do it. Let's see. Oh, hold on a second. Because I'd like to let people, there's probably people who would like to know we're on the air, and they're like, we have no idea you're on the air. All right, hang on, let me just do this 1 second. Hang on. All right, there's that. And okay, I'm sending this out right now. Sorry for the delay. This is why we do the, I guess this is why you could call this a test stream. Here we go. Let me just get the link. Here, there's that. There's this. Okay. Okay, I just posted it to the Lookner channel, Twitter. So we'll see if that works. Okay. All right. So that. Thanks for letting me know about the Discord. This is one of the benefits of doing a stream where we just kind of test things out. Is that when things don't work, you can let me know. Okay. So let's get back here. So hold on a second. Let's get back here. Oh, and I want to say a quick thank. Let's say a quick thanks to the moderators, by the way. I haven't done that yet. Me in our YouTube chat right now, we have Freckles and Misha moderating there. Ucha Kabbalah, Sarah, Mark Helton, Curly Q, John M. Thank you. Also, our Periscope moderators, Linda Belk is moderating there. Thanks so much, Linda, for being there moderating. Sharon Craig is there as well. Thank you. Oh, and thanks for the super hearts. Ghosty Girl and Taboo. Thank you. Thanks to our Twitch mods. I thanked Eliza before, and Thank you to our Facebook moderators. Much appreciated. Such as Kimberly Peterson, Courtney Lane, Shay Durner, Joe Serino, Dan Lindquist, Josh Tompkins, Ann Remington, Denise Fredrickson. Thank you. Oh, and XXD's moderating too. Thanks. Let's see. Hold on a second. And also, one of our viewers said not streaming on YouTube. Hold on. I'll have to provide the link. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Somebody in Twitch asked for the YouTube link, so I'm just posting that there. Okay. All right, we're back. Sorry for the delay. This is what happens. Oh, there was just a Discord notification. Okay. So what I was going to say, oh, hold on, let's see here. I got it. All right. So what I was going to say, though, is what got us into this discussion in the Discord is some people were saying like they hadn't got a notification for this stream. Also, this channel is a little hard to find on YouTube right now because it's just such a new channel. So what I would recommend, if you're interested in watching on YouTube on AFTV2, make sure you're subscribed to the Discord, because you'll get notifications for that. And generally, whatever platform you watch us on, the Discord's a great way to get notifications to find out that we're going live on any of the channels. All right, now, let's get back here. All right, so just to go over this, there are three systems, 1, 2, 3, possibly threatening the U.S., but these two are much more of a likely threat right now. I mean, we don't even know if this is going to become a tropical depression and where that's going to go right now. But this one right here has now become a tropical depression. It is close to being a tropical storm. The winds are 35 miles an hour sustained. Once it hits 39, it's a tropical storm. And that is the track, the current track. You can see that forecast puts it Monday night right next to Florida or right near Florida as a tropical storm. But let's see what the National Hurricane Center has to say about their forecast information. So let's see here. We go back. Hold on, let's go back. Going here. Here it is. Forecast discussion. This is what we want. The low pressure system that NHC has been monitoring has now developed in a well-defined center of circulation and maintained enough deep convection to be classified as a tropical depression, the 13th cyclone of the 2020 hurricane season. It is not named yet. It has to be a tropical storm to get a name. The depression already has some banding features on its north and west sides, as evident in the satellite and microwave images. Let's get the satellite shot of this. Let's get the satellite shot. Hold on. There should be one here. Blah, 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 blah. National Hurricane Center. Satellite. Ooh, I'll have to make this a little smaller so you can see it. There's the satellite shot. Can we get a... do they have a loop here? That is a satellite shot of it. Tropical Depression 13. Loop. Oh, we need infrared because it's nighttime. I guess. These aren't loops. Oh, animation. Here we go. I pressed loop. I didn't get a loop. Anyways, that gives you a sense of what it looks like on the satellite. Let's go back to forecast discussion. Let's see here. The depression has been moving fairly quickly to the west-northwest. It should be noted that the initial motion is somewhat uncertain given the system is only recently formed. Blah, 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 blah. This pattern should keep the depression on a fairly quick west-northwest track during the next several days, taking the cyclone near the northern Leeward Islands by Friday night and near the Greater Antilles and southeastern Bahamas this weekend. The models are in fairly good agreement, but there is some north-south spread, with the GFS being on the southern side of the guidance envelope and the American model being on the southern side of the guidance and the European model being on the northern end. The National Hurricane Center forecast track lies down the middle of what the various models are saying. Now, this is where they talk about how much it'll strengthen. The environmental conditions appear generally favorable for the tropical depression to strengthen, with the wind shear expected to remain relatively low while the system moves over warm SSTs and remains in a moist air mass. Is SST something, surface temperature? Is that what that is? SST, surface temperature. What's the abbreviation? Sea surface temperature. So it's going to be warm sea surface temperatures, warm water, and moist air, and low wind shear. These conditions should promote gradual strengthening, and it seems quite likely that the cyclone will be a tropical storm when it moves near or north of the northern Leeward Islands in a couple of days. The bigger question is how much interaction will there be with the Greater Antilles? Now let me show you where the Greater Antilles is. Let me remind myself. Greater Antilles, a grouping of larger islands in the Caribbean Sea, including Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, and the Cayman Islands, okay? So, maybe Britannica has a better shot at this. Wikipedia. Greater Antilles, all these islands here. So, what the National Hurricane Center says is if you want to try to figure out how much this thing is going to strengthen, it's going to strengthen some. But they say the big question is how much is it going to interact with these islands here? You can see that's the tip of Florida right there. How much is it going to interact with these islands? That's the question. And what they say is, if the depression moves on the south side of the guidance envelope, further strengthening would be limited due to land interaction. Conversely, if the system gains more latitude and moves north of those highly topographic islands, I think by highly topographic they mean with like lots of elevation. So if it doesn't really interact with those islands, it could have the opportunity for more significant intensification. The Nhc Intensity Forecast, which is of low confidence, is roughly near the middle of the guidance envelope. So they say their intensity forecast is of low confidence. They don't have a good degree of confidence in this intensity forecast. Currently, they're saying it's going to get close to a hurricane. So if you look down here, their forecast is, the current forecast, which they're not very confident in intensity-wise, is for the wind speeds to pick up. By 24 hours from now, it's a tropical storm. And then by 120 hours, Monday-ish, when it's near Florida, it's 70 miles an hour, which is almost a Cat 1 hurricane. But they're saying that it could easily strengthen more than this if it misses all the Greater Antilles Islands. Onoko Pro says tropical cyclones don't like high terrain, it rips them up. So that's really the big question right now. They're saying you got your warm water, you got your moist air, you got low wind shear. That all means good conditions to strengthen. But the big question is, does it hit these islands or does it miss them to the north? And if it misses them to the north, it could end up being stronger than the current forecast. That's what they're basically saying. Tropical storm conditions are possible across portions of the northern Leeward Islands. What are the Leeward Islands? Which ones are these? By Friday night. Leeward Islands are a group of islands in the northeastern Caribbean Sea, starting with the Virgin Islands. They have a map? Where is it here? Leeward Islands are here. See where it says Leeward Islands there? This is Wikipedia. Leeward Islands. here. Okay. And then these are the Greater Antilles here. Okay. So they say tropical storm conditions are possible across portions of the northern Leeward Islands by Friday night, and tropical storm watches have been issued for some of these islands. Heavy rainfall likely across the area beginning late Friday. There is a risk of tropical storm conditions in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico Friday night and Saturday. Blah, 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 blah. The details of the long-range track and intensity forecasts, where it's going and how strong it's going to get, the details of those forecasts are more uncertain than usual since the system could move over portions of the Greater Antilles this weekend. That's just what we were hearing before. They say there's more uncertainty than usual because they don't know if it's going to move over islands like Cuba and countries like, Haiti, Dominican Republic, whether it's going to move over Puerto Rico. They just don't know that yet. However, this system could bring some rainfall and wind impacts to portions of Hispaniola, Cuba, the Bahamas, and Florida this weekend and early next week. So they just, it's not clear how strong this is going to get. And I want to show you on Tropical Tidbits, they'll have some predictions about how strong it'll get. But that, again, is the track for that. And then let me show you, I'm going to take some more comments in a second, but I want to show you, if you go to Tropical Tidbits, you can actually see some predictions about how strong it'll get. Do I have that down here? Let's see here. Here's Tropical Tidbits. Let me just do this real quick. Tropical Tidbits, so we'll go to, we want to go current storms, Tropical Depression 13, this is the one we're talking about. And then here is, this is the latest intensity guidance. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. So this is, what you're looking at is a bunch of different weather forecast models, predictions for how strong this storm is going to get over time. So currently, it's not a tropical storm yet. They all start out here because the wind is here. That's the wind speed right now. Going forward, a large number of them have it getting to Category 1 hurricane. Several of them, no, at least two of the models have it getting to 2 or more. This green line has it getting up to Category 4. This red line, this purple line, this model has it getting up to a 4 and then dropping back down. And these models here have it at least becoming a Cat 1. So there's this model here which has it like petering out. But there's a bunch of range there about how strong this could get. And I'm sure when we look at this tomorrow it'll be different. But it looks like what the models are saying right now, at least as of this guidance, these collection of models, you would say that the average is for a tropical storm or a Cat 1 storm, hurricane. What does the European model says Camille? We'll have to look up. I'll see if we can see what it says. We'll go to Tropical Tidbits and we'll run it forward and see if we get a prediction. All right, let me know your thoughts on this at Lookner. This is only, by the way, we've only talked about one of the two significant threats. We've only talked about one of them. We haven't even talked about the other one yet. There's 2 of them. This isn't even the closest one. Astro Josh says, a Cat 4 doesn't look that likely, but never say never. Let's see here. Agent Black says, I'm putting up my shutters tomorrow and already got my gas. I'm in Cat 2 flood zone by the racetrack in Homestead. I think that's Homestead, Florida. Am I right? Let's see here. What happened here? Homestead is a city in Florida. Homestead is in Miami-Dade County down here. That's where our viewer is. Agent Black. Agent Black wants me to check out the HWRF model. We'll do that too. Oh, and in terms of what the models say about the track, so that's the intensity. We showed you the intensity forecast, but if you go back to Tropical Tidbits, this is a spaghetti diagram of a bunch of different forecast models. So what you can see, we saw this last night. One thing that's really worth noting here is there's not that much variation. I mean, often when you have a storm this far out, you'll have, you'll look at it and then there'll be like a line that goes up here and a line that goes up here and a line that goes down here, and there's a lot more spread. But the various models in this spaghetti diagram from Tropical Tidbits, they're all, roughly in the same track. And that's, what happens is the winds around the hurricane steer the hurricane. So I'm obviously not a meteorologist, but there's confidence. It looks like they have a pretty good idea of what steering currents are going to be. But look, it could end up in the Gulf of Mexico, or it could end up in the Atlantic. But if it goes through here, it could end up in the Gulf of Mexico. Missy says, yes, Homestead is by Miami. Missy says, I'm worried about the closer one since I'm in Texas. Well, we'll talk about that one next. Diana, we are on YouTube. For people watching on Facebook, Twitter, I should explain this again because people might have joined the stream. For people watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, or Periscope, you might notice an AFTV2 at the bottom right instead of Agenda Free TV. That is because this is a new channel. I'm in the process of creating a second channel on YouTube called AFTV2, Agenda Free TV2, which is the basic reason is just to be able to do more news coverage. This story we normally wouldn't have covered on Agenda Free TV because, it's not even, these things aren't even tropical storms yet, but I think it's an interesting story. So I wanted to have another channel where we could cover some other additional news stories. And so I just created the second channel. But I don't believe I'm going to create a second channel on, everything besides YouTube. No second Facebook channel, no second Periscope. My idea was I would just stream the AFTV2 stuff on YouTube directly to the Facebook Agenda Free TV and the Twitch Agenda Free TV and the Twitter and Periscope Agenda Free TV. That's my plan for now. But I'll check in with people after a couple of broadcasts and see what they think about it on those platforms. So if you want to find this channel, what you need to do is go to YouTube and look up AFTV2. If you type in AFTV2, you will find it. Thank you, Diana Gish, for your kind words. Oh, Lightning is moderating too now. Thank you. Lightning says, we need a trough, the jet stream, to come and take this thing out to sea. Michelle says, what way and how fast will the wind be blowing late Saturday? Well, it's going to be, with the winds, it's going to be circulating counterclockwise, the storm. So depending on what side of the storm you're on, that'll determine which way the wind is blowing. Let's see here. Rascally Rabbit said, found it. Maybe the channel. Let's see here. Or the notification. Let me see also what some people are saying in our other chat rooms too. Let's see. Brenda says, don't Sharpie it to Alabama. I think Brenda's in Alabama. Yeah, right now, hey, thanks, Sean Keating, for the stars, by the way. Much appreciated, Sean Keating. With this kind of uncertainty, this could end up being a hurricane. There's significant chance of this being a hurricane. And even if it does stay on this general line, there's all kinds of things it could do. It could be in the Gulf of Mexico. It could miss Florida and head up the East Coast. Certainly you got to have your eyes on this if you're in the eastern U.S. here, near the coast, or on the Gulf Coast. Okay, and Baldor in our Twitch chat says, after Andrew, I think anyone in South Florida is prepared. All right, so we're going to talk more about this, but I want to talk about, we've only talked about one of the two threats. So let's talk about the other one, because we haven't even talked about that yet. Ja Parka says, so early still. Now, it's early, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like weeks away. The forecast has this thing getting to Florida by Monday night. Ja Parker says the storm in the Gulf was pretty close. So let's move on to the second system. I don't know if it counts as a storm or I hear it described as a system. It's a system of interest. We mentioned there's this one. We talked about this one. So we just talked about this. This is Tropical Depression 13. It looks like 24 hours from now, this will be Tropical Storm Laura. This one. Now, this one is even closer. Disturbance 1, this is called Invest 97L, and Invest, I believe, is short for investigative area, or investigative, is that what it is? Investigative area? And that means a system that meteorologists are keeping their eye on because they think it could eventually become a tropical cyclone. Invest weather definition. It says, an invest in meteorology is short for investigative area, is a designated area of disturbed weather that is being monitored for potential tropical cyclone development. There you go. So this is... Now, this one, there's a 70% chance it will become a tropical cyclone in the 48 hours, 80% chance it will become a tropical cyclone in the next 5 days. Let's see. The system is gradually becoming better organized, and a tropical depression is likely to form in a couple of days when the system reaches the northwestern Caribbean Sea. This low-pressure area is moving westward. Now, in terms of, this is not a tropical depression yet, so we don't have the forecast cone and we don't have all the write-ups and everything on this one. But what we do have is we go to the spaghetti diagram for this. So this is going to be this Tropical Tidbits Invest 97L. There it is. Now, here is a spaghetti model from Tropical Tidbits. So that certainly suggests this could be a threat to the U.S. Now, unlike Tropical Depression 13, there's a lot of spread here among these various models. This one has it. You have a couple of them taking it into, Mexico down here. You have a couple of them taking it into Alabama or, eastern Louisiana. There's a lot of spread here. I mean, this one takes it into southern Texas. And then in terms of timing, you can see this says 120, that'd be 5 days from now, 144, 6 days from now, 120, 144. So there's spread in terms of the speed as well. Ja Parker says, headed to Mexico, perhaps. Dr. Chef says, get out while you can. Well, the problem is you wouldn't know where to get out. Now, and also, there's no reason to get out right now because we don't know how strong this is going to get. But that gives you a sense of the range of paths where this may be going. Fixie Clary says these models are all over the place. So now let's also look at that's the track guidance. The track. When you see guidance, it means like the range of forecasts that the models are giving. So let's look at the intensity guidance too. Intensity guidance from Tropical Tidbits on this storm. Oop, that's track. Okay, now this one, you'll notice here, the intensity forecast for this system is currently less than the other one. Only one of these models have it becoming a Category 1 right now. A bunch of the models have it becoming a tropical storm, most of them. Now, this could change, but you can see right as of the latest model intensity guidance, Most of them say tropical storm. That's the green area. Jeff says the weaker 97L is the more likely to head to Mexico. I do not know that. Maybe it is true. But, even if it's a tropical storm, it's something to be concerned with. But I'd be interested in seeing, I wonder, so National Hurricane Center does not have a discussion of the forecast of this. I wonder if the Weather Channel has posted something. They probably have something posted about this. Is this the one? Yeah, this is it. Ooh, no, they don't even have an article. They have a video on it. No article? Boo! More stories. Boy, I can't even find an article about it. They have a video. Hurricane threat. Here is one. Parade of Atlantic weather disturbances could become tropical storms in coming days. Blah, 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 blah. This is the one, Invest 97L. That's the one we're talking about right now. The first system to watch, this is the Washington Post, was in the Central Caribbean, blah, 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 and looks to be well behaved for the time being, but that could change late in the week and into the weekend as it begins to slow down in the Northwest Caribbean. Its forward speed has been a detriment to its prospects of organization. As long as it continues its speedy movement westward, it will, in a sense, be outrunning itself. It is more difficult for a tropical disturbance's low and mid-upper level features to overlap and become organized if the system is moving too quickly. That's very interesting. On satellite imagery, there was evidence to suggest that blah, 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 blah. That bodes well for 97L's eventual maturation. By Friday, 97L will be in the Northwestern Caribbean, where several things may occur. If it remains over the water long enough, it will probably pick up a name, being a tropical storm, before bringing heavy rainfall to Belize, Honduras, or coastal Guatemala. Eventually, it would probably rain itself out over the Yucatan Peninsula, but could redevelop in the Gulf. There is an outside chance 97L could thread the needle between Cancun and the western tip of Cuba, entering the Gulf in a slightly less disheveled state. Interesting. So they're talking about how I guess the idea is that this storm could pass over Central America and it could weaken and then end up in the Gulf weaker. How much land interaction it has is going to affect how strong it is if it ends up eventually in the Gulf. Still Kicking says spaghetti models on 97L are very scattered. Let's look. We should look at tropical tidbits and see what some people were suggesting I look at the model tracks on tropical tidbits. You can go to tropical tidbits and go to forecast models. So somebody wanted to see the European model. And let's see here. Oops, no, don't do that. Global European, okay. That's that. And I think if I play this forward, what's going to happen? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let me just hit this. Can we even see those storms? Those systems? When is that? That's next week. I'm not even seeing those systems on this. Why am I not? Let's see if I see them on the American model. GFS, that's American, okay. Let me just go forward one by one. Oh, there's one of them, I think. Is it that, maybe? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Let's try this. Ooh, here's this. Oh, okay. So I do see, I think, see right there, this is the American model Monday. And it has, the American model Monday 8 a.m. has that second, the Tropical Depression 13. It has it here, probably as a tropical storm right there. I didn't even see it having that first one come up in the Gulf. I don't see it. Maybe it has, oh, let me do this, regions. North Atlantic. Okay. All right, so there, this is the American model, and that's the closer one, and that's the one that's further away. Oops. Closer, further away. So if we play this forward, gosh, like this thing like peters out or something. I don't even see it anymore. Oh, is that it right there? That's Tropical Depression 13, I think, and then that's the closer one. Huh. See this right here? Look at that. Does it have it going into the Gulf of Mexico? Is that what it does? See that? When is this? What's the date? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I had the dates wrong. Here it is. That's better. Okay, that's the beginning. Okay, that's now. That's now. So watch. I'm not even seeing the first one. This is Tropical Depression 13 right here. This is Tropical Depression 13, the one that's supposed to be heading towards Florida. So this is what the American model has that one doing. You'll see it right there. Kind of disappears, and then it goes back. And it ends up right near Florida. And then it ends up in the Gulf of Mexico. Look at that. The interesting thing about this is that it has it going by Florida, on the south of Florida, and then going to the Gulf of Mexico and then strengthening. If you look at the pressure here, towards the end, it has it at 9 something, I think. If I'm reading it right, I believe it has it at 9 something. But it doesn't look like, I'm not seeing it, when I run these two models, I'm not seeing any kind of like, that closer storm, maybe it has it interacting with, maybe that's the closer one, it has it interacting with Mexico and then dying out. I mean, it looks like there's something right there. That might be the closer one. Anoko says, try regions and try West Atlantic. West Atlantic? This one. Oh, there you go. That was Anoko's suggestion. So maybe this is the one that's closer to the U.S. right now. If we play it forward, looks like it has it interacting with Mexico. And then this one, this is the American model. See, that's it right there. That's Tropical Depression 13. But it has going to the Gulf. Okay. Agent Black says try HWRF model, which is a hurricane prediction model. HWRF, Tropical Depression 13. Right? Wrong? It's so hard to even know what I'm looking at here. It's hard to follow this. When does Florida come up? Oh, 13L. That's not what I wanted. I wanted, let's try this. It is. Is it 13? I don't even know. It's not Invest 97. It's not Invest 90. I can't even see the land here. I don't even know what I'm looking at. See, this one, it keeps the storm in the middle. Onoko says the HWRF is running right now. Previous run. Previous run. I can't get the previous run. Oh, maybe it never ran for this one before. Anyways, I'm not doing well with the HWRF one. Well, look. I think we get the general idea here. Agent Black says it's updated. You have to choose an older time. I tried to choose an older time. There is no older time for it. Let me take a few more comments here. Well, we'll have to see, and who knows what happens with this one. But this is definitely the one that's looking like the bigger threat right now. And that, at least currently, is forecast to, for the moment, get close to Florida around Monday. Yeah, Agent Black, I think maybe when they changed the name of the storm to Tropical Depression 13, then the previous HWRF models runs, they weren't for Tropical Depression 13 because it wasn't called that yet, so they disappeared, it looked like. Ja Parka says, Western Africa spitting out these storms at an alarming rate. Cheryl Simpson, I'm very sorry to hear that. Condolences to your family. I just read your post. I'm so sorry. Jade says some of the models are having a hard time picking up the development of hurricanes this year. So Elizabeth Scott says, so the storms are expected sometime Sunday, Monday. Well, for this one, where is it here? For that one, that's expected, if things don't really change, the current expectation is that it would be around here on Monday. But who knows, things can speed up or slow down. The other one, like, we don't even know. This one, there's a big question as to like what this will even be. Will it, if it interacts too much with the land, it might just peter out. But look, there's some of these models have this one missing land. And if you look at, if it goes up this way, this says 120 hours, that'd be 5 days. What would that be? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This says 144 hours, that could be Tuesday. But it looks like if either of these two systems end up, threatening the U.S., we're talking Monday-ish, maybe a little later. No, U.S., continental U.S., not Puerto Rico. Matt says lots of good stuff on Twitter about these storms. I should check and see. I have a site where a bunch of a list where about a bunch of meteorologists post and see if any of them saying about this, anything about this. Let's see. I haven't seen much about it. I'm sure it's out there, but I haven't seen much from the people I follow. Here's another spaghetti model. This is posted by Hometown Forecast, which is somebody I follow has them on their list. This is the one closer to us. A disturbance in the Central Caribbean will continue westward and could become a tropical depression in the next few days. Beyond that, it may threaten the Yucatan Peninsula this weekend and then could move into the Gulf of Mexico by early next week. And that's that spaghetti model. Still kicking says Bahamas might be impacted. Well, especially by Tropical Depression 13. All right, let's just see if I can find anything else here. That's, I think, what I know for now. Balder says East Texas doesn't need another hit for sure. Let's see. Elizabeth Scott says, I have some time to prepare. Oh, thanks, by the way, for the Facebook stars. Barbara Danko, Sean Keating, Ann Wen, and Suzanne MP. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So, well, that's a summary of where we're at with these 3 possible threats, but certainly the biggest one is this one. But this also bears watching. So we'll keep an eye on this. But this is expected to be a tropical storm like 24 hours from now. Ja Parka says, so 13 may hit land before the Gulf storm. Well, it depends on where you're talking about the land. But this one here, it might hit Mexico, in which case, or Central America, in which case it would do it sooner. But if it misses, some of the models have it, getting close to the coast in the Gulf of Mexico in 5-6 days, which is around the time this one is supposed to be here, near Florida. So certainly bears watching. Hey, thanks, Agent Black. Well, I'm not going to worry. I think I won't worry about the HWRF model right now. It's the older one, since it's an older one. But I appreciate you sending it to me. Thank you. Misha says, busy weekend ahead of us. So look, maybe in a few days we'll be looking at these and saying, oh, this one just totally petered out because it hit Central America, and this one is petering out because it's over land. But there's another scenario in which this one misses these islands and is strengthening and is a hurricane and heading towards Florida, and that this thing is a tropical storm or hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. So that could happen too. So we shall see. All right, well, I think we did what we came here to do. I think what we did what we came here to do. So I will certainly keep an eye on this. And again, this stream we are covering. Tonight. This topic we're covering on YouTube on AFTV2, which is the new YouTube channel, which hasn't even been formally announced yet. I'm going to do a formal announcement soon, but it's a second channel on YouTube, so I can cover some different kinds of stories. This would not normally be an agenda-free TV story. I mean, these things they're not even tropical storms yet, but I find it interesting. So it's a way to do more coverage of some other stories, and my plan is, for now at least, to, when we go live on AFTV2 on YouTube, to just stream those stories to Agenda Free TV on Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope, unless I hear a lot of complaints from people. So I appreciate all of you guys joining for this, and be sure to subscribe. If you do watch on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to AFTV2. Oh, you know what I have to do? I have to connect it. I have to, after this broadcast, I have to see if I'm able to do this yet. It takes a little while to be able to do this, but eventually I should be able to, currently on Agenda Free TV, the Lookner channel is listed as there's a link to Lookner channel on the page. I want to link this. I want to have this be linked on that page too. So I got to check that out. But we will be doing more streams on all the channels. So much appreciated. Thanks for helping me with troubleshoot the channel, and thanks for your feedback on it. I'd like to hear more feedback if you have it. So let me know. You can always message me on Twitter @Lookner. Thanks to all. Thanks also for everybody watching on our other platforms, and thanks to everybody who let me read their comments and for sending me links and helping cover this. We'll certainly keep an eye on this. Big thanks to our moderators on all of our platforms. Hey, thank you, moderators. Amazing, all volunteers. Curly Q, Freckles, Mark Helton, Sarah, Misha, Havasu Mom, John M. In our Periscope chat, Linda Belk, Sharon, Craig, thank you. Lightning. Thanks also for the Super Hearts. Ghosty Girl, Taboo, Michelle 444, and Peter Mearden, who is also moderating. Peter Mearden, thank you. Thanks to our Facebook moderators and our Twitch mods. We got Ann Remington moderating. Thank you. Also, mods on Facebook like Kimberly Peterson, Courtney Lane, Shay Durner, Joe Serino, Dan Lindquist, Josh Tompkins, and Denise Fredrickson, and our Twitch mods, Eliza, Idaho Star, XXD, thank you. If anybody wants to be a volunteer mod, you can ask the moderators for an email address you can write to for more information. We're not really recruiting mods on this channel yet because we're kind of just figuring this channel out, but eventually we might. For now, the mods on this channel are mods who also mod on Agenda Free TV in YouTube. When I say this channel, I mean AFTV2 on YouTube. That's what I mean. And also the Discord for your to talk to other viewers when we're not on the air, and your one-stop notification shop for all three channels, Agenda Free TV, AFTV2, and Lookner. Go check out the Discord chat room, unofficial Agenda Free TV fan Discord. I guess it's Agenda Free TV, Lookner, and maybe eventually AFTV2 fan Discord. The mods can tell you where to find the Discord, but that's a great way to get notifications. All right. And also in terms of monetization, this channel, I think we have enough subscribers on this channel. If not, we're very close. But I think we have about 1,000 subscribers. So we'll have enough subscribers to get monetized. The channel gets monetized when you have 4,000 watch hours. So that's when the super chat will be enabled, and also I can put commercials on, I can put ads on the channel. So I can actually afford to do this channel along with the others. So that'll happen eventually when we do enough streams. Nhc, I talked about the channel a little bit earlier in the stream, but we're going to do a formal introduction of this channel, maybe even tomorrow, where I do a stream on Agenda Free TV and let people know what the deal with this channel is. We're doing a soft launch or a soft opening. You know, like with a restaurant, if they open a new restaurant, they'll do a soft opening where they don't really tell people it's open, and they invite a few people the first day or something, and they don't really publicize it. This is a soft opening for Agenda Free for AFTV2. No, I don't think the stream is hidden, Hannah. I think what happens with this channel is, so it's not hidden in the sense of this stream comes up in people's subscribers' feeds. If it's hidden, it doesn't even come up in subscriber feeds. What I believe happens is when the channel is so new, you can't search for the streams. If you type in 2 tropical storms threaten U.S. in the search bar, this stream will not come up. And I believe that's just because it's such a new channel. Like literally the live streaming capacity was enabled for this channel 36 hours ago. So my guess is that it takes a while for that functionality to kick in. But the basic reason why there's a new channel is so I can do more stories. There's stories that wouldn't be big enough, wouldn't be well known enough to be covered on Agenda Free TV, or maybe it's about a very specialized topic, and it might be something I want to cover, but it's not really an Agenda Free TV story. This channel will just let us do more coverage. But I can confirm, I have an account which is subscribed to this channel, a different account, and it comes up I can see it right now, so it's not hidden. All right. Hey, thanks for all your kind words in the chat rooms. Hey, thanks Hepcat Gary, Lab Golden for watching. Grand opening coming soon, exactly. Linda Peter Mearden, thank you. Also, everybody in our Periscope who's watching, thanks. Oops, hold on a second here. I just had to time somebody out in Twitch myself. Sorry, mods, I had to do it. Somebody probably would have done it anyway. Thanks, folks in the Twitch chat and people watching on Twitch. Hibby144, for example, thank you. Our Facebook viewers like Barbara Danko, Ann Remington, who was moderating, thank you. Jason Hale. Mario Pacheco says, can't find this on YouTube. You have to look up AFTV2. If you look up the channel AFTV2, you can then find it. AFTV2 on YouTube. That's where you have to look. Thank you, Duster Singer. Elizabeth Scott, Nancy Tatum, thank you. And everybody else in Facebook, watching on Facebook, and all of our YouTube viewers, of course. Did I even list the YouTube mods by name? I don't even remember. Curly Q, Misha, Sarah, Ucha Kabbalah, Mark Helton, Freckles, and everybody else who is there. Thanks, mods. All right, Michael. Thank you, Astro Josh, who's excited to be part of the soft opening. Cheryl Simpson, dinner's ready. Linda Birdbike, thank you. Bree Wims. Rick Hoppy. Thank you. Melissa Alicia. Holly Metz. Thanks for your kind words. Brainy Janey. Lynn Downey. Carol Reed. And everyone else watching in YouTube. Oh, Missouri Cowboy said he found it on YouTube if he searched. Really? 2 tropical systems. I'll search for that, and then if I filter for live, does it even come up yet? Oh, it does come up. Hey, we're on search now. See? Look. That wasn't happening yesterday, so progress. Yesterday, if you search for the stream, it literally wouldn't even come up. So what I did is I searched 2 tropical systems, and then I filtered for live. So it is not hidden. It's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna get a high search ranking, but if you search and then you hit filter and you click on live, it does come up. So there you go. How about that? Thanks for letting me know. Missouri Cowboy says you can use the filter today as well. I use the filter live. Thanks, Happy Life, for watching too. So good to know that it's actually coming up in search. It's me, Emily says, only day 2 progress. Exactly. Cool. All right, folks. Will it also be on Periscope? Yeah, my plan is these streams, the plan is for now, the AFTV2 streams on YouTube, to just go to Periscope, Agenda Free TV. No, we're not doing 2 channels on Periscope, not doing 2 channels on Facebook or Twitch, just 1 channel. We're with both Agenda Free TV and AFTV2. All right. Cool. Okay, guys. Hey, thanks so much for watching this stream and helping me out develop the channel and test the channel out, and for your feedback. That's really appreciated. And we will keep going with more coverage on all 3 channels. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys. I will, and you can follow me on Twitter at Lookner, as I'm sure you know if you're watching this, and we'll have more coverage soon. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good night, good day, wherever you are, and I'll see you soon on AFTV2 and Agenda Free TV and Lookner channel.